So if you were to steal a time machine from Skynet and go back to talk to the childhood me, to tell them, hey, we need a resistance to go out and fight the Disney that's going to invade Star Wars, I would want you to bring this with you. Why? Because it breaks down what has gone wrong with all of these films. Oh, I love this so much. So hey there. So today we are revisiting the Trash Fire, as I love to do at nights, talking about Disney's Star Wars and what kind of things are setting there blazing. Now, before we do this too, just really briefly, if you like this content, you enjoy it, want to help the channel out, consider subscribing to it and also sharing videos and interacting with them. That just means liking, commenting, and all that stuff. I appreciate it more than I can ever say. Thank you so much for it. So the user on Twitter, Jeans_TV, actually posted this, and I thought that this was perfect. Like I said, perfect primer to go out and put together our Skynet-esque resistance of the newest trilogy. It starts out with a picture of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So you can see the explosion here. The Death Star is gone. You can see the celebration. Our mini Wookiees out there. They're dancing around with their little fires. And look at that. Everybody's happy. Everyone's getting together here. Then we find out, of course, what happens later. Leia spent her next 30 years working tirelessly to build a new republic from the ashes of the old, only to watch helplessly as her republic ignored the First Order's rise to power. Leia spent her remaining financial and political capital to mount a private resistance, but failed to stop the First Order from constructing a new, more terrible superweapon and obliterating the new republic's capital worlds and its entire fleet. The resistance was virtually wiped out soon afterwards at the Battle of Crate. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, doesn't that make you feel good about what the movie said there? Episode 6 leading into Episode 7, really tells you that was a great thing. Then we have Han here, man, hanging out here with Luke. You know he's going to be a better person. Or is he? Let's find out. After failing as a husband and a father, Han Solo deserted his wife and returned with Chewbacca to the menial life of smuggling they seemingly outgrew decades before. However, they lost the Millennium Falcon to thieves, possibly due to their advancing age. Han later transported a desert scavenger across several planets who taught him some new fixes for the Falcon, even though she had never owned or maintained a starship before. Soon after, he was murdered by his own son. Fun times with that. And yeah, you do wonder how exactly you would go out and lose the Millennium Falcon that easily. I mean, this is something that is a prized possession. This guy is held on to for all of this time. But hey, not only does it get stolen, but getting it back there, and then the Rey stuff, oh Lord, drill that into the ground. Then we get Luke sitting here, looking off into the distance, opining, as it were. I wonder how his future is going to turn out. Luke attempted to rebuild the Jedi Order, but his work was undone in a moment of weakness when he attempted to murder his sleeping nephew. Hey, wait a minute. After his nephew eradicated the remaining Jedi, then helped the First Order rise to power, Luke chose to hide on a remote planet and close himself off from the Force, leaving his sister and friends to fight and die in his place. Before his own death, his final act was to create a short distraction, leaving his evil nephew still at large. Fun times. I mean, Episode 8 really cleared that up, didn't it? I mean, you see everything not only fall apart, but you find out that Luke, not only was he a failure, but he is the reason that everything else really falls apart. Fun times, huh? Fun times in that. Oh, look at that scene there, too. We have the hug. We know we're going to have this coupling here. It's something everyone wanted. I love you. I know. Leia and Han's greatest legacy was their son, Ben Solo, whose fall to the dark side, thanks to their absentee parenting, finally restored the balance to the Force, returning the galaxy to its natural, eternal state of conflict between Republic and Empire, Jedi and Sith. Happily, Leia did live long enough to see it, surviving the deaths of her brother and her former husband, both at the hands of her son. Man. And then she, laid down and force ghosted away because isn't that a fun time too? And look at this party here. Man, wasn't that a good one? These heroes enjoy their final respite, not yet understanding that they will not make a lasting positive impact on the galaxy. The Herculean feats of their past 4 hard years will pale in comparison to the many decades of tragedy ahead. All their accomplishments will be undone, and largely by their own doing. Their long, difficult lives will never be this happy again. So you never would think that destroying another Death Star and basically undoing the Empire, that it wouldn't actually have any meaning. But you know what? It doesn't. And again, you're going to see everything fall apart. Now imagine the storytelling to that. Imagine 7 turning to 8 turning to 9, and what they're all saying about what these folks did and how badly that handles these characters. If you thought there were heroes in this, well, think again, because in current year, you can't have them. And maybe that's why, again, we need somebody to go back in time. Get me that Skynet freaking time machine so we can go back, build our resistance, and maybe we'll be ready next time. Maybe the Phantom Menace, it can be born in our cribs, so boom, we can go out, we can be prepared. But anyway, you tell me what you think about this setup. So let me end this by saying thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. These places, they have forgotten who empowers endeavors. They show it in stuff like this. Doesn't this really make you feel good? Seriously. Doesn't it make you glad that you spent so much time loving this product just for people to go and ruin it? That's why I don't want to be like these people. And that's why I always thank you at the end of this to remind me never to mimic this kind of thinking. So if you want to help out with interactions, cool, but your time is valuable. I'll take no more of it except to say thank you. We'll do this again. And I do appreciate you showing up immensely.